with DevEx is like the Narbalek tenure Cameco has a option over the key Narbalek things. So if DevEx announce a resource of over of 50 million pounds as part of those Narbalek tenures, so I think that's like KP, Radon, and I think it's Narbalek North. Cameco have a clawback on that for 51% of it. I can't find I don't know what the terms are, how much they have to pay for that 51%, if it's like a fair value or anything. So, and they're the ones that are actually drilling.
This is general advice and my opinions only. CFDs are high risk, past performance isn't reliable. I may be long or short CFDs and stocks mentioned. Content may contain language that offends some viewers. LEVRD operates as corporate authorised representative 00131 8377 under AFSL 548573. You can find our financial services guide via the LEVRD website link in the show notes.
Righto, bag holders and stop loss owners. I've been too fucking professional with these company interviews. Time for a weekly wrap where I could just be myself. And I've found a willing participant that wants to degrade his career alongside me. Scotty North, Kamoa Capital, over from Sydney. How are you, Cobber? Welcome to Friday, the weekly
Matty.
wrap that we come up with this at Noosa on the piss.
We did. I think the best business ideas definitely come up on the piss, and Noosa's what a place to be and do that.
Yeah, fucking oath. So we're just kind of bloody freewheel what interests us this week. Mightn't interest other people. Couldn't give a fuck,
Hopefully,
to be honest.
Hopefully, if it interests us, it interests everyone else.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, mate. We've got free reign to plug the living shit out of ourselves here. How's the biz going? What are you up to? Tell everyone. I looked at what you were doing, this newsletter, and I'm like, what the fuck is this bloke doing? Maybe you should explain it.
Yeah, I guess the best way to describe what we do at Kamoa is essentially advisory for the resource industry globally. We've got a newsletter. We do some long
good
form.
Newsletter, mate. Best in the industry.
Thank you, mate. Thanks, mate. And then we advise anyone from exploration companies all the way up to governments on policy, on IR, BD, M&A. Except we don't raise capital because all those brokers I like to keep them my friends also. So, yeah.
There you go. I remember going in Noosa, you're sitting out the front of the wine bar. Everyone's on the piss and you're on some Zoom call to some bloke in Saudi or something, just looking like a righteous fuckwit. But, you looked important, just letting you know.
Thanks, mate. And how are you? How's business for you?
Good, mate. Good. It's I don't need smart people around me anymore. I've got AI, so it's bloody easy. It's going good, mate. Bloody,
good.
Who would have thought you'd learn shitloads off talking to people that run companies?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
And they pay you too. Fucking unbelievable.
Exactly.
Unbelievable. Finally got it rolling, mate. After 6 years, 6 years hustling, enjoying myself. But I tell you what, all on me kicker, if anyone can get Jero James a contract with WA Water Bores, me and him have got an arrangement. I'm chucking his logo up everywhere, water drilling, paste holes, bloody anything. It'll help me. So if you don't like me, don't use him. But if you do like me, get Jero James to drill some holes for you. Is that the most honest plug you'd ever hear, Scotty?
Well, I'm looking to maybe build a pool in my backyard. Well, if he comes and drills a couple of holes and lets the water seep up throughout the ground,
he'll drill some holes that'll be self-filling. It'll be like one of those bloody hot lava pools in New Zealand. Fucking perfect.
Nice.
Righto, mate.
Nice.
What is? Let's go. We'll get going. I'm going to talk uranium today. There was a bit of uranium news this week, but you will talk about heaps of shit I don't even look at, and which is bloody perfect. I might learn something. Take it away. Good. First thing that caught your eye in the week of whatever the fuck this is in 2026, Scotty North.
Well, 28th of August. Almost September. Look, a couple of things. I think Mr. Friedland continues to get money from the US government. He had Sunrise a couple of weeks ago. This week, His Ivanhoe Electric has a project letter from the Export-Import Bank of the United States for $1.1 billion of potential debt financing for their Santa Cruz copper project.
Where's Santa Cruz?
US. So,
Where
copper.
in US? US is a big fucking place, Scott.
I don't know. Nevada, maybe? One of those ones.
Lucky I've got bloody Google here. You just keep talking about all this shit you don't know about. Santa Cruz copper mine. Mate, you can't bloody rock up here unprepared. What do we got? Arizona, near Phoenix. Now,
look,
I think Santa would be near Mexico.
Nevada.
Yeah, well done. Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's a development play. But I think looking at that and then looking at the whole thematic, the next one after that was Boliden acquiring Nexa, a controlling stake in Nexa. So Nexa, most people probably wouldn't have heard of it, but they're a major Latin American zinc-focused miner. They've also got smelting. And that deal all in is going to work out to be, I think, about 1.3 billion US. So the base metals continue to get bid. Zinc's flying. Zinc fucking doesn't stink anymore. Copper's flying again.
I think isn't zinc's up about bloody what, near 20% in 3 months, I think.
I had I got it up here somewhere. Zinc is up 23% year to date. 2.3 for the week and 9 for the month. So it's moving. And then, copper, on the other hand, because Nexa also have some byproducts from copper, South 32 and MinRes in their reports this week were also signalling that they're looking for copper deals. So I don't know where these copper projects are. They physically don't exist. Everyone's looking for development copper projects, and I'm looking for them. No one has development copper projects.
Oh, well, it depends where you depends what scale. Those zinc prices, that'll be good for because developer obviously with Sulphur Springs, that's more a zinc mine than a bloody copper mine. So zinc flying's going to help them. And
yes,
they mate, North Queensland, the consolidation started there. There's shitloads of ground up there that you can get cheap, I reckon, these days. Companies that are like 30, 60 mil market cap with 200 to 400,000 tonne of contained copper in mineral resources. Starting to go.
It is.
Hammer getting taken by Austral, then Carnaby getting taken by Evolution. Surely someone's going to take Austral to get that Rocklands plant.
Right. Yeah, you're right. And that plant was sitting there for so long too. So I think all these little shit things that were shit, 2 years ago are now just getting completely eaten up. Like those little pits all across gold pits across WA that no one would have looked at 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Well, now it could be completely consolidated.
Yeah, well, look at Evolution buying Carnaby, because they're obviously Carnaby's a bit more advanced than most of them because they got an actual study. But I'm trying to find the map. But that Carnaby ground's fucking ages away from Ernest Henry. That Mount Isa, Cloncurry region. You look at it on the map, it's a lot bigger than you friggin' think.
It's massive.
They're going to be chucking it. Look, here it is on the map here. Look that's where Ernest Henry is, and they're buying all the shit south of Cloncurry to truck it up to Ernest Henry. Whereas,
well, you know who's just south in there at Cloncurry is True North.
Yeah. Old Moons is doing a bit of work here. So I guess the main ones left are True North is one of them. So bit of a sour taste from the first iteration of True North, I think.
I think a lot of people might also. And then just south there, you got Eloise, Aaron's Eloise there too.
Well, they're not being active. They're not being very active on the inorganic front.
He's a bit of a M&A specialist, so maybe he'll pull a rabbit out of the bag.
Yeah, don't know. There's a lot of players between, and then obviously you got LEVRD that had a crack at Austral and didn't work. And obviously they've got a lot of tenure up near, I think up where I'm hovering my mouse, west of, because you got Eva in development. Then you got old Breakthrough, which I've got a lick of. They got Barbara, which is right in the middle of LEVRD's stuff. And then they've got the stuff just west of Eva. And then you got all the true north stuff. So going to be interested in the fact that they're bloody, I know Austral's very active. Then you've got, but the fact that Evolution were getting involved were sort of left field, and so was LEVRD. They weren't getting bloody mentioned at all. But then you got Boomy, the Indonesian mob that had just taken over Loyal. They want to get involved as well. So hopefully there's a big dick fight up there and we get a bit of action. But fuck, where else do you go, Scotty? South Australia's bumping up. It looks like bloody your majors like Samfire and that are going to take control there with Havilah and BHP expanding. Need a bloody... You on any copper punts at the moment? Need an exploration story.
I'm working on an IPO that should be listing in about a month. It's a copper gold. So, maybe in a couple of weeks we can talk about that one. But until then, that's kind of my main copper one at the moment.
Can't believe you're getting this shit for free, mate. Jeez, you got what a dream. The things you agree
to. How about you?
I got a bloody, what would I think, like, Develop's got the bloody tailwinds, obviously. I know bloody Tribeca's gone pretty hard at Aeris for copper growth. A lot of CapEx going in for Aeris in the next year with not much of a copper uplift, but I assume that's from FY28 onwards where that's going to sort of see fruition. Like that fucking Triton's been just going for bloody years. But yeah, like what do you? Surely if gold bloody keeps recovering and copper has a bloody run, like Evolution are gonna start creaming it because I think they're about 70-30 mix of gold and copper, and once sort of North Parkes bears a bit of fruit because it's not much at the moment.
No, one of their operations was completely negative cash costs because of the copper. I was reading the other day.
Ernest Henry's been that way for friggin' ages, hasn't it? The copper. Yeah. As in the operation. Yeah, it was probably.
Yeah, the operation.
Yeah. That's a bit of funky accounting there. I'm having a bloody I got a wildcat pun up in. I interviewed him the other week, actually. That TG1, that Tech Gen Metals.
I do like that. I do. I actually held that maybe 6 months ago. That is a wildcat. If they hit, that's a true discovery.
Yeah, that's right up Matty's alley. Just pure gambling. Bloody 52% copper rocks on surface and a big conductor. So it's like, then again, conductors... release fuck all eventually, most of the time. But hey, why not? Why not? Why the hell not? Threw a bit into that one. Other than that, that's about it, mate. So, what about globally? What are you thinking? Like Kayoko's, the likes of Kayoko and Midas are having a great run. I think bloody.
Well, I've forgotten that one.
Kayoko's trading well above the IPO. So they IPO'd at 20. They're at 74.
So that's I did go on Kayoko at the IPO. Gerard's a good mate of mine.
GC, absolute GC, and Callum as well. Absolute ripper blokes.
That's what 75 cents from 20. So they're drilling right now. So let's see how that plans out. I love Namibia too. I'm a big fan of Namibia, and I'm a big fan of early stage exploration. So if they hit, that will be very exciting.
Midas is. I was going to buy fucking Midas at 80 cents. I put an order in and it didn't hit, and I went ADD and transferred my attention elsewhere. And have a look at the fucking run it's been on, $1.34. Like they got the bloody Parsons tailwinds plus Calderwood, and they got money. They're pumping heaps of rigs into it. They're going to pump more rigs into it if they need to. Like they can potentially grow those resources very quickly. And your next topic, mate, bloody Firefly. Because speaking of copper, this is probably a great case of what happens when you just allocate drilling and money to grow resources, because they've pretty much they've pumped another 190 mil equity raise, but then, you know, you got a expansion case of 100,000 tonne per annum copper for Green Bay. Unbelievable. And this is like, there's not many yarns out there that have got a bloody 100,000 tonne per annum copper scenario. Like there's fucking not many of them.
2.2 billion MPV, 41% IRR is what I think I saw on it. Yeah, it's crazy. And to think picked up only a couple of years ago, I think they picked it up for 60 mil.
Yeah, fuck all. I don't know. Yeah, like these PEAs are bloody aren't really worth the paper. I think they got a $18 per tonne processing cost, and it's sub 100. That's Aussie. So I think you take the numbers with a grain of salt in these PEAs, but they don't look at they want to know, can we get 100,000 tonne per annum copper out? Like, it's probably going to fucking cost more and cost more than the bloody 500 mil of Aussie dollar of initial capital they're talking about. But like, I think the sustaining capital was like a shitload in the sustaining capital, 700 or 800 mil. But yeah, it's a big project. It's going to be a big project. Like, it's a fucking unbelievable ore body. Like, and the fact that they've got that footwall zone beefed out now, that broad footwall zone. And the high grade.
The grades are amazing, aren't they, too? The grades just keep on hitting every single time.
Oh, yeah, but big job. Like, it's because it's all small development, and they've pretty much got to start from scratch with new declines, and like these shafts have cost a bloody fortune to put in eventually. But there is a case that this underground mine can produce 100,000 tonne, but surprisingly haven't seen any announcement of a substantial like a Sandfire. I would realistically think the likes of Sandfire or whoever would be on there is sub 5%, but no one's actually put the foot on it and said they've come in as a substantial that I know about. So that's going to be the interesting, whether a strategic gets involved in this, and I do wonder why they haven't yet.
Yeah, look, talking about Sandfire, I think, when they acquired Matza in Spain like a couple of years ago, everyone's like, they overpaid, they shit deal, but they're fucking killing it now. They've timed the cycle perfectly. So maybe they're just a bit worried about where we are, but I think that Sandfire's killing it.
They
used to work there at Sandfire?
Yeah, DeGrussa, that was my second ever job. They just hired RBC to sell Black Butte, didn't they? The Montana one. Yeah, that's I think it's got a lot of arsenic in it, that dirt.
Yeah,
but
I think it's had some permitting too.
Oh shit, yeah, it's fucking Montana. It's Yellowstone area. That'd be a nightmare. Because when I was at DeGrussa in 2012 or 2014, I think that's when they first got that project.
Yeah,
12 years ago, and there's some pretty high grade copper hits down below, but yeah, it doesn't look like it's coming to fruition for them. Then I think Mateo, they get that much bloody silver out of that joint and a high payability as well. So silver bloody rips, they make a good bloody.
Silver byproduct,
Yeah, and I think they get paid a lot higher on it compared to what they get at Matza. So, right, next up, Scotty. Oh, big Lynas has perked your interest. What's going on here?
Well, these numbers are extraordinary. I think revenue up 76%. The big one here is the NPAT. It's gone from, I think, 8 mil to 222 mil. Absolutely fucking crazy. And it's the pricing because they're getting some of these floor pricings now.
Is that the $110 a kilo for the NdPr that you're mentioning? Yeah.
So, revenue, EBITDA's up 282%. And fuck, they're sitting on a bit of cash, over a bill, 1.2 bill of cash they're sitting on.
So that sales price, Northie, I'll see that their average selling price of $80.7 a kilo REO. Is that likely to head towards 110?
Well, reading here, the US government, they've got a binding letter with the US government and the intent is to bring in an introduced $110 floor. So it's not introduced yet, I don't think. If that comes in, you're adding 80, what'd you say, it was 86 or something?
80.
So yeah, to 110, an extra $30. Pure, there'll be profit there, right? There's not many of these operations around. It'd be interesting. Is there a rare earths M&A hunt that could be happening? Could there be something with MP? I don't know what MP Materials market. I think Lynas seems like the strong operator. It'll be interesting to see if there's anything that happens between them, because what do you do with 1.2 bill? Like, there's such an increased demand for rare earths, and they're absolutely killing it price wise. And no dividend declared either.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they're not. It's not, and they're not trading at a high. I've got the chart up here. Like, they're $16 down from 22 in April. So, yeah, did they indicate they were, looking at the any capital management mentions?
No, there's nothing. You saw the report. It was only a couple of pages. It's something. Maybe I'll do some weekend reading to see what they could potentially be doing with that money, because I don't think you sit on that much cash and not do anything with it, right? But then what do you buy? There's no, in the Western Front, there's not many options to buy. So processing, maybe they put some money into processing, because obviously processing is that bottleneck, not just rare earths, but everything. So maybe they look at some processing opportunities.
Do you think like they'd have to head to Brazil, hey? Effectively,
yeah. Well, could they look at the some of those ISR operations there?
Oh, the clays, yep.
The clays.
Well, obviously,
because no one is.
Yeah, Viridis and Meteoric are I guess your two big ones.
Yeah, because in the Western world, no one's really put one of those into production. China's really good at it, but no one's really done it in the West. So could they be looking there? Who knows?
Yeah,
but Brazil's probably the only other place really that you have outside of China a lot of these operations.
Is Greenland, is that big on rare earths? Is that why Trump wants to take Greenland? Hasn't that got a fuckload of rare earths?
It does, and the main one there is ETM, but that's been Energy Transition Metals, the old GGG. That was actually one of my first investments back in the day. Did my arse on that one, probably about 20 years ago. But that's been held up by the government there, and there's all this arbitrage there. But they do have other ones up there, just not as advanced as that.
Yeah, and I think the hardest one's trying to find, because MP, like Mountain Pass and Mount Weld are just miles above everything. In terms of quality. And I think from my understanding, I've got it on screen here, Power Minerals. I had Alistair Stevens on. He's from Lindian, Arafura history. And I think Mount Weld has a higher MREO ratio than Mountain Pass, so the magnetic rare earth oxides, your NdPr, DyTb. So I think Mountain Pass has a higher grade, but a lower percentage of that is the magnetics, the one the shit they make money out of.
I was just saying, power. The drill results they've been putting out are absolutely impressive.
Well,
Really
he put his cock on the block and said this is going to be the third best rare earth deposit in the world, behind Mountain Pass and Mount Weld. So hitting bloody 29 metres at 9% trio. And that's 1.32% of that is your magnetic rare earth oxides. So it's pretty bloody. I think it's on a little postage stamp. It's pretty small area, but fuck, if you've got a shitload of rare earths in one area, because this isn't a clay, it's not a monazite, it's a bastnasite.
No, it's not a clay. It's carbonate. Is it a carbonatite?
No, it's a bastnasite.
Okay.
So a bit different, but it's I think there's a uranium bloody or something down the road from it. I'd be interested to see if they do a deal on that to be the plant to process this.
From my understanding, their next door neighbour that's who they've done the deal with here, and it's another mine. So yeah. Is there a scale bar on that one? The one I was looking at before was probably about a 25 or 30 metre width zone. So it'd be interesting to see, if they step out, is it going to continue or is it going to be this, small little shaft going down?
Yeah, well, I think with those grades, they'll bloody fill that out pretty quickly. But yeah, like what else you got in like America? Like off the top of my head, I don't know. I know that Mont Royal that had that IPO, reverse RTO thing, whatever it was. That's up in Canada, I think.
They had that Sierra Verde. That was in Brazil, though. And the US government put some money into that.
Yeah. Is that USA Rare Earths? Is that one? Or
I don't know. I know this is called Sierra Nevada. Oh, no, not Sierra Nevada.
I think that is.
We're going to get some bad comments for not knowing everything about everything here.
Here we go. Here you go. USA Rare Earth announced definitive agreement to acquire Sierra Verde Group.
Look, we were on it, just not off the top of our heads.
Yeah. No, fuck it, whatever. Go, as I always say to everyone, go make your own podcast then. I don't care. Where else? Where else would be bloody rare earths? Oh, God, I did Line Rock yesterday. I just released today. They go hunting, well, they had rutile in Cameroon. Now they're focusing on the monazite. And he was old Tians was saying that Tronox, because Tronox got was that EPA loan or something, or agreement to build a bloody rare earth facility as well, because they're a pigment manufacturer.
And they're private, aren't they? Right?
Geez, you're testing me here. Not sure.
Well, Malawi's got Lindian, right?
Yes,
and then they've got Orking, which are drilling right now. Near them.
Yeah, so and it looks like Lindian, you might be more up on this, looks like they had a bit of stuff in the media about, issues with the government, but it sounds like that got squashed pretty quickly from what I've seen.
Yeah, really quickly. That was literally over a weekend. On the Friday, it was like all this uproar with the government and they don't have the right type of mining permit, but then on the Monday, everything was all good.
Yeah, I loved how Zach was on fucking LinkedIn and everything and Twitter and like giving it to everyone.
I love that.
Everyone was like trying to spread this. Oh, we've got controversy. Here's the Bexju story. He's like, here's the recording of what they said. And he's like, fuck you, motherfuckers. I love that shit. It just hit it straight on. I've had him on before. Good. They know their shit. They've done it. And he said it's like a cheap jurisdiction, but, obviously it'd be tough going over there. You look at Lotus in Malawi. They've had dramas.
I think it's landlocked, I'm pretty sure. So getting everything in and out logistically is hard. And I think, looking at Orking, you have to get your permits to export your drill core and stuff like that. So it just takes a little bit more time.
Oh, and people don't like him and Rob Martin were. See, they're over there doing heaps with the community, like as directors and like mate, the shit that goes in to these third world mining countries that the ASX guys are doing, the fucking time and effort they put in to make this shit happen, and like get one little negative thing and everyone tries to jump on them. Like, just fucking like go try and do this yourself, and then maybe having a fucking opinion about it.
This is what I've spoken to plenty of investors in my time, and I the faceless people online. Imagine me rocking up to your work and just barraging you, saying how shit you are at your job. It just doesn't happen. But for some reason in this community, investors think they know better than most MDs that have done this for their whole life. So that's a big bugbear of mine. People, work away or travel around the world, miss their families, but some idiot in their mum's basement can abuse them about how much they earn.
A lot of people still live in their mum's houses too, mate. A lot of them are on Twitter. X, sorry. Very good, mate. Right, we may as well get on to uranium. We got a time for Matty to shine here, cover.
Go nuts, mate. I'm happy here. I'm willing to learn.
Right, let's go. Oh, I love it how I can just vape flat out on this episode compared to the company ones. Bloody bit of uranium this week. You've been following uranium, Scotty?
Look, the only uranium I follow is when my good friend Jono just constantly gives me updates via WhatsApp and via Twitter. So he's my uranium expert. And whatever he says, I look at.
I think. Well, we can start on Boss Energy then, because with how much they dropped there? They dropped about 15-20% on the back of their bloody feasibility study, because they were having a good run. They were They were down, at $1, and they recovered back up to $1.80. And I think everyone was. I think there must have been a sentiment that this updated study was going to come out at because I remember Ducey said in the quarterly, if we can make paraphrasing words here, but if they can make this soaking technique work, they could potentially get back up to 2.4 million pounds per year. Obviously the initial study, 2.65, that's just bloody dead in the water. Tell you what I've learned about ISR and uranium, far out. If they haven't done the work drilling out those future predictions, it's worth nothing. Totally different to bloody gold mining. Like, this shit is bloody so complex. So that's been a bit of a fucking
almost like a science, right?
Yeah, well, it wasn't an official guidance or anything, but once that 2.65, all the analysts put that in their models to say this is what the study says they're going to do in 2027 onwards. So this is what we're using, and it's just bloody talk about a bloody fall from grace. But that, I think, looking at what I'm on the wrong fucking screen. Looking at Boss bloody pretty much next year's production, 1.3 million pounds, so pretty much half of what the initial study was. And, for an operating mine that has the capital sunk already, has the plant and everything, and to see how much, and pretty bloody skinny margins, but that's the thing. So one, it hasn't been good for ISR. So you've seen the struggles that Peninsula have had. You've got Boss now really under delivering what the market thought they were going to be able to deliver. Essentially, I reckon it's very conservative, and they're probably managing expectations for going forward and not committing to a stupid number next year. I think they got upside with Jason's and Gould's, which are 2 to 3 years away for permitting. They still need to do more work to make sure the bloody resource works. But it doesn't bode well for mobs like Jono, who got even lower grade for an undeveloped project in WA that isn't even allowed to mine yet. It will be one day. But, hey, he never gives up on Twitter and the emails and the WhatsApp, so he's punching it hard. But, the overall with uranium, this is very fucking simple. Everyone is struggling at these prices. That means the prices cannot stay here. Like, you cannot have the sagas of Lotus, Peninsula, now Boss are actually in the best position out of all of them on a balance sheet perspective, like a couple hundred of cash, listed investments, etc., because they bought that uranium inventory when they were fucking up near $6. I think, God, if you look at the historical chart, 5-year chart, when they got up to $6, and I think that's when Big Donkey cashed out his shares. I would have done the fucking same, because the market cap was about 2 times the MPV of the project. Like, it just did not make sense. Like, it just was, and because there was no uranium stocks to buy for all the ETFs. So these things were just absolutely turbocharging, and they just didn't make sense. So the fact that Boss actually bought that inventory, bought uranium with it, because it's like you had to do something with your fucking script and your cash.
Smart.
But the likes of, obviously, Lotus is an absolute basket case. What they've been through, like just trying to get the uranium out of the joint, out of Malawi, like to a converter, is just a massive mission, which is a bit easier for Namibia because they're just straight, port's nice and close. So, and I think they get paid as soon as it goes on the ship. So... but yeah, and
I do have a question about this, and because you've probably spent a bit of time on it, so
not really,
or you might not know. Is it common for a 3-year ramp up into a steady state?
Oh no, but they've already been ramping up.
Well, yeah, so more than 3 years.
Yeah, so look, to be honest, I don't know, but it's been a pretty big reset, and the word I heard, like historically, I think it was like, things will go well in the honeymoon section, the guts, the high grade, but once you get outside that, it's fucking going to be very difficult. Like you got Heathgate up the road. That's the privately owned one, Heathgate. They pump out £5 million. So they're £5 million per annum. Privately owned, ISR, absolute creams it. But they're like the honeymoon high grade is the low grade at Heathgate. They probably wouldn't even mine it. Right. Like the concentration's much higher. It's been going for years, much bigger resource. So that it's, Kazatomprom, like those things are like the thicknesses of the paleo channels are just huge. Like, so these ones that are like if the uranium price was a friggin' 120, 130 bucks a pound compared to 90, what it is now, they could drill more injection wells here. They could increase the flow rate. Like they could put more drill rigs on, more people on to increase the flow rate of the lixiviant and up the plant. But you just can't do it at these prices. And I think like Peninsula's only got they're like Peninsula are guiding for like half a million pounds. And they're getting pretty bloody skinny on cash too. So you look at their demise of a bloody share price. And if you look at their cash flow report, they're currently sitting on, what are we, 22 million bucks US for an operating mine, producing £500,000. And I think they've already started drawing the debt. So US 56 million.
It's a Sol Pat's one too.
Yeah. So, and where are we? Pretty sure they have US 30 mil Sol Pat's convertible debt facility was fully drawn. So they got that drawn and only, a bit over Aussie 30 mil in the bank with an operating mine. So things go wrong, like you're friggin' and you're not getting paid, you chew through cash quickly. So they're just riddled with dramas at the moment, and it's just bodes to the whole thing. The supply-demand case is pretty fucking... I think it's one of the more easier ones to model, I've been told. It's like here's how many reactors we've got under construction. This is how much uranium they need to get started and get going. And this is the global supply of U3O8 to be converted into fuel rods to go through this process.
So why don't you think anyone's, what hasn't clicked in people's minds?
The uranium, the U3O8 is, I think it's 8% of the cost of running a nuclear power plant. So the fuel buyers are like, do we need to secure it now? Like, even if we secure it in a couple of years' time, we'll just pay a bit extra, whatever. Yeah. So it's not like a big ticket item for it. And like your likes of Mike Olkin and all that are like, sort of beating it down their throat for years, and I don't think it's happened yet. That like, look, that's well and good, but you mightn't have any to secure if you don't secure it now, because there's 160 or whatever getting produced globally, and they're talking about needing 300 a year, and NextGen's only going to be 30 million pounds of that whenever that comes online.
Well, they had some announcements out this week, last week, NextGen.
Well, they're pretty. There was the goss that they've been in talks with BHP.
Oh no, with Rio. Oh no, with BHP. With BHP.
BHP. Yeah. So, and look, they're bloody BHP just up the road with Jansen, so they're in the area. But that's going to take bloody. To develop that mine is freaking huge. The shafts that they've got to put down. There we go. NextGen. How good's this Zoom bloody multi-sharing bloody shit we've got going on here, Cobber? Where is the schematic? But they've pretty much got to sink these two massive shafts. They've got to first they've got to freeze the bloody ground to make it happen. Then they've got to sink the shafts. They've got to do all the jumbo development off the side of that. Here it is. Here, this is on their website. Simple one, but you got those two big shafts to go down. You got to start all the development and effectively all this paste backfill centres here. So they've pretty much got to mine waste stopes to create open voids to pump the tailings back underground. So even when they're mining the development ore, they can't process it until that whole reticulation system is in, because you can't run the mill without that backfill system being. So you got to sink all those shafts, do the development, get the backfill system going, and then you can start processing the development ore and the stopes, because it's like a fully, what would you call it, an integrated system that cannot run one without the other. You can mine it, but you cannot drum uranium unless that whole backfill system is hooked into the mill. So huge job, like 600-700 metre shafts, and then all the jumbo development off that, and bloody Canadians are slow miners compared to Australia. So it's going to, big job. So that's 20-30 odd. So
right.
But it's the term price and spot price have been creeping up. Term's up to 90. It's like got a little, where's my camera? Steady bloody rise happening. I just think there's bloody less risk being like there's NextGen just get the ETF flows. So like they're friggin'. Do you know like Cameco is bigger than Northern Star and Evolution combined, I think. Like that is their market cap is something like $60 billion. They're friggin' huge. So 46 billion US, so about 70 Aussie. And what Northern Star's, so it's double two Northern Stars. Like Cameco is freaking huge. And I think...
And they did a deal with, I saw something about Westinghouse. They're doing something with Westinghouse.
No, Westinghouse, they've got 49% of Westinghouse. So, and Brookfield's got the other 51%. So their money's going to be coming from these reactor builds. So, bloody NextGen is... No, I'm pretty sure there, because they got the CDI.
No, but that says Canadian 10 bill.
Yeah, next.
That'd be like if it's 7.5, that would be 10.
Yeah, seven. Is it 10? I thought it was bloody more. Yeah, 10 bill. So that's like for a development project. But
For a single asset development.
yeah, but that's the one that is the big project that matters. So they just get the flows, but then like the operational risk of punting on uranium stocks at these prices, it's fucking does your head in. So like looking at, you got to find things that can't reduce guidance. So old DevEx bloody put their drill results out. So they've gone from DevEx, spearheaded by the Tim Goyder factor. So that's had a great run. They pretty much hit dusters, but the share price didn't go down, which I think was expected. They were initially talking about having a mineral resource update by the end of the year, but now it's sort of the language has changed to, no, we're just getting more information now. But Jabiluka and NextGen and everything, they hit dusters for a bloody long time before they actually found it, because they're drilling below bloody sandstone and stuff. So I don't think you can do any. It's pretty hard to. You can't do
survey on top of it.
Can't do the survey on top of it to give yourself a good indication. It is my understanding. So it's it's friggin' hard work. But the interesting thing I only found out about yesterday with DevEx is like the Narbalek tenure Cameco has a option over the key Narbalek things. So if DevEx announce a resource of over 50 million pounds as part of those Narbalek tenures, so I think that's like KP, Radon, and I think it's Narbalek North. Cameco have a clawback on that for 51% of it. I can't find I don't know what the terms are, like how much they have to pay for that 51%, if it's like a fair value or anything. So, and they're the ones that are actually drilling. So they're sort of the upside's a bit not as much on those things because Cameco have the right to buy over half of it back. So I didn't actually know that. I hadn't know. I'm sure it's been mentioned. I don't think Matty Michael's the first one to find this. So DevEx's big upside is the alligator tenure they've picked up. And also they're talking about caramel. So that's one they're waiting for. Caramel.
No one reads JORC tables anyway, mate, so maybe you are the first one to find it.
No, well, I didn't read it. I threw it through Claude. So the amount that bloody shit fine. So those drill targets at Caramel, so they sound promising. They're waiting for, I think, drill applications to come through for them. But like they're 100% DevEx, so their upside is on these non-Cameco ones. If they find something there, they're going to get a lot more upside rather than having to bloody give 51% to Cameco. So,
well, it'll be interesting to see where they spend the money then on the drilling.
Well, I think it depends what they've got approved as well. It's trying to get all the drill approvals, but fucking Northern Territory is open for uranium is a critical mineral up there. It is, Northern Territory's become the new South Australia a bit for, uranium. Plenty of gold going up there. Interviewed old Ash Patterson from PC Gold. That's an interesting one as well. What have they got?
Did they do a raise this week?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I saw our good friend, Mr. Chuck, complain about that one.
How's Chucky? How are you, brother? Chucky would be listening to this. Chucky,
he will be, sure.
All Chucky's bloody posts are just sending stock prices up. What are you doing, mate? He loves me. I don't know. I thought he wouldn't like. I think he likes me. He fucking he doesn't like you. What did you do?
It's a love-hate relationship.
You love him and he hates you.
No, I think it goes both ways. It just depends on the day and what I say, what I comment.
Oh, there you go. No, we must have a mutual. I like Chucky. We get along great.
Good.
I thought I'd be the perfect poster child for them to hang shit on. Not that I give a flying fuck what these anonymous people on Twitter say. I don't even know what they look like. Well, we know what bloody, if they go to court, you find out what they look like. But no, he's bloody old Patterson's. He's got bloody nothing like like one of the founder come out of private. He's the top shareholder. He's got what's he got about? I think he's got about 60 odd million shares in this. So very aligned. I like it.
Very aligned.
But that PC gold, the interesting thing there, I think this is an interesting area because, now back to our mates at Develop, Developer obviously up at Core Lithium now, and you've got they've got the underground contract there, so they've got options to, there's second, I think there's that second deposit up at Core that, could that go into a bloody, could that be a little developed jobby to get more lithium exposure? But then also, it's like if Big Bill's going to ever go back into gold, while he's got a contract running up at Finniss, there's an underground adit that has to be drilled for the Spring Hill project. So it's already like there's an adit that has to be stripped out and refurbed. So whether this link zone that I've got up on screen here, they've pretty much got this adit that's going into that to so here's the region. So this bloody Northern Territory belt, bloody only 20 odd Ks from the Agnico mill that's turned off. I think Agnico are the most bureaucratic, slow-moving beast in the world, from what I've been told. So it won't be
they're
anything...
also the best gold miner in the world too, so they can do what they want. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't know if Northern Territory Gold's is big on their bloody top priority list. Who knows? But yeah, I'll Develop, get involved. If they'd be interested to see if they get the contract to drill this, strip out this adit, which is coming up pretty soon. So that might create a bit of a presence in Northern Territory. Bill's actual first, in between Barminco and Northern Star, they had this contracting business called Alliance Mining, him and Carrot. And their first contract was up at, I think it was like Brock's Creek, Tom's Gully. So you can see Brock's Creek up here. So they've been up to Northern Territory before. That was their first, they had a little mining contract up there. So that's something to watch out for, Scotty North, to see if there's any bloody corporate dealings there a bit out of the woodwork. So
left field one.
Northern Territory is an interesting. South Australia was probably the best jurisdiction in Australia for a bit for mining. Northern Territory could be coming into the helm with bloody
it's a shame about those wet seasons though.
Yeah, I wouldn't fucking how humid it'd be underground. Jesus Christ. Refrigeration's good for fuck all when it's humid up top, mate. It does not work. It can reduce it a little bit. It's like an evaporative aircon. What was the other one? Oh, the old Atomic Eagle. Did you see that one?
It's a deal or? So
they got back the GoVX asset, the original GoVX, which was a disaster. Niger, effectively took the asset off them. So Atomic Eagle, which is, was a RTO of the old GoVX stuff. So they've got back 60% of the asset. Niger's got 40% interest, 15% free carry, 25% contributing. So and
contributing for a African.
Apparently, but they've got a US $40 million credit towards their first contribution. So they're looked after there. But I was surprised at 116 million pounds at 12.82 ppm. So that's pretty, considering your Namibian stuff like your Bannerman's, your Deep Yellow and all that are sort of in the 200 to 300 ppms. So I think this would be, I'm pretty sure this is underground, but considerably higher grade, or compared to, then you got Next Gen that's getting like 15% uranium, which is, what's that, 150,000 ppm?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. So, so that was it. I was surprised that, because it essentially over doubled their resource base, but didn't it popped about 20% on the day, But it didn't actually. Don't look at that one. That's when it had got announced here. It was sitting at about 45, popped up to near 60.
It's holding quite well.
But that was the day when all uranium was up 10% because Kazatomprom announced that their sulfuric acid plant's going to be delayed by a year. So that all uranium ripped on Monday. And this one did outperform, but it's pulled back a bit. So obviously, I don't know, the market's thinking, you doubled your resource base, but you're in bed with Niger. I'm not sure. I thought it was going to actually really rip. So I'm surprised it hasn't. Maybe it's been digested a bit.
If you're in bed with Niger, wouldn't that be better? Because the bigger chance is them just taking it away if you're not in bed with them. So
yeah, I know. Maybe Niger's they've just, and also during was it this week or last week? They pretty much confirmed they've kicked Urano out of Somaïr and Imararan. They pretty much, they've taken Somaïr off Urano, so they've kicked the French out. But I'm not sure whether they're trying to look more investable for the likes of China or US, maybe.
This could be good for Atomic. Partnering with the locals. There's other opportunities now opening up for them.
So I'll be interested to see what happens there. But uranium, the biggest thing is it'll be end of the year when you've got the big ETF rebalancings. Like as soon as if these stocks rise, I'll just use them. This wasn't one as an example, going from 35 cents up to 55, so over 50%. That's a bigger market cap for these ETFs to, for the weighting, they have to. Yeah. For these stocks that don't have much stock on offer, once these ETFs start buying, going into the rebalancing, they just go mad. They did it. Happened in July this year for the Sprott one. Like these.
Yeah. See what happened with Jono's one.
Right here. It went 34 and it was up to bloody 55. I think it was trading close to 60. That was all just leading into the ETF rebalance. It wasn't fucking news. Yeah. So these things just go mad. So very interesting space to be in, Scotty North. What else did you have? Bloody Tungsten West.
Yeah, I think the UK government. I wouldn't think I would be saying this, but the UK government giving debt to Tungsten West for one of their projects. Now it is debt, and there's the terms aren't that good, but I didn't think a UK aligned or a government aligned entity would be lending to a mining project. So, high level up to £71 million. They get board seats, a couple of different debt facilities. Tungsten has had its day in the sun. I think it has rolled over more recently, but this is a restart project. So let's see if this is basically what they need to get it up and going, because a lot of these projects in the UK too have just really struggled from a policy, from a permitting point of view, from a local point of view. Interesting. It's in the southwest part of the UK. Southwest, I think that's down near Cornwall.
Or something around there. Near the tin mining.
Yeah.
I think correct, like Tungsten, shitload to go back into re-armouring of all these bombs that are being used to blow the fuck out of everyone at the moment. So I assume that's where a lot of the tungsten's going.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of a left of field one I thought was interesting this week. And it's the first one kind of that size I've seen from a UK government alliance, giving a mining project debt. So that's exciting for the industry.
Yeah, here we go. Armour-piercing ammunition and ordnance. That's the big thing for tungsten. There we go. And the drill bits that go into the mining industry with mining flying. Tungsten carbide, Scotty North.
I actually had a meeting with someone yesterday, a processing plant out of India, and they were asking me, do I know any drilling contractors that have used drill bits, because we buy them tomorrow. So
the old ones.
Yeah, the old ones.
Yeah.
So they're people are desperate for those used drill bits.
There you go. We'll chat about that off camera. That's a deal to be done. You bring them to me, we'll take a clip, mate. This is an easy arrangement. I only work with people I can trust.
Yeah, we'll talk about that off camera.
We can talk about it on camera. Have you been listening to Kyle Sandilands?
No, I haven't.
I did it. I might learn something there, mate. He does not give a fuck. Mate, fully talking about everything that I can't even mention. So I'm in the unfortunate position. I want to be like Kyle Sandilands, but my revenue isn't locked in like he has, that he can just say whatever the fuck he wants. He's got more of a reputation. I'm still trying to be take money off actual companies that have some standards. So I've got to be careful. But geez, I'd love to live his life on camera.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a very rich man.
Yes, I imagine so. Mate, that's a bloody what? So this is the drive home. This should be the Friday drive home, the Friday wind down. Once you've had a fucking big week and you just want to listen to some mining yarns that are easy to listen to with some bloody good voices, crack a 10, bloody play with yourself. You can do whatever you want listening to me and Scotty. I can't promise this will be every week because I'll fucking probably, who knows, I can be unreliable if I get on the sauce. But I've been having alcohol-free days now, Scott. I'm like,
that's good. How many a week?
Do you reckon my face has got skinnier?
Well, maybe we should just do some screenshots and over the next couple of weeks to see
Matty's transformation. I'm not on a Ozempic or anything, but I'm bloody mad on the CrossFit, getting the diet in order and not drinking as much piss. So, bloody trying to be a better version of myself. I don't think Matty's conference annex will be too good. Pretty much like, whenever I get pissed, like nothing better happens. There's only potential for something worse to happen.
Well, no, actually, this come out of getting pissed. So
I found me missus when I was pissed too. She's haunted, stalked me effectively, but same, you know what I mean. No, this is good. This could be the new Friday, mate. This has been a pleasurable experience, mate. Where's I can't be chucking it in the show notes. Like, how do you get your newsletter?
Just go to kamoacap.com. Easy, sign up there.
Did you name it after Friedland? You're one of those blokes that suck off Friedland flat out, or?
Yeah, look, I'm going to say yes. Just going to say yes to that one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. There you go. Right, mate.
Well, I'm in Perth next week actually, so I'll be there for ADU, Tuesday to Friday.
For what?
We'll see. African Down Under.
Oh, yeah. Roger that. No, right. Well, I might come say good day. I have to do this over Zoom because it's just easier. I've got the screens up and everything.
Exactly.
Right, mate. Thank you, Scotty North. It's been a great experience. Don't take any advice of what we said. Listen to the disclaimers, mofos.
Definitely. Have a good week.
Cheers, mate.
Bye.
See you, punters. Have a good weekend.